Since 1868, the South Lyon community has honored our fallen heroes in the annual Memorial Day Parade and the ceremony that commemorates the contributions and sacrifices of all veterans. While everything is different in 2020, there is no change to our community's dedication to this event and remembering those who sacrifice everything for our freedoms. While this program is a very different kind of parade and ceremony, it is crafted with the same love we have for the heroic men and women that died for our freedoms, and with the voices of many members of our community.
Hello to all of our residents in the city of South Lyon and surrounding communities. I would like to start with a few very well-deserved thank yous. Thank you to our VFW Post 1224. Thank you to our American Legion Post 338. Thank you to Phillips Funeral Home and to all of our volunteers behind the scenes, and especially those at Cable Channel 19 in the city of South Lyon for helping everyone put together this program. And finally, thank you to Dana Johnston and the Johnston family who have worked on the Memorial Day Parade and celebrations for the past 42 years in the city of South Lyon. Thank you. This area and surrounding communities have always been strong supporters of our veterans and honoring those who laid down their lives for our American values and freedom. And while this year there is no parade, maybe some of these new ideas can become traditions going forward. I want to thank all of our citizens locally who participated in decorating your yards and houses along with our small businesses. Thank you everyone for watching this program and remembering our fallen American heroes on this Memorial Day. I hope you all have a great rest of your holiday. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Father Stan from St. Joseph Church. Happy to be part of this unusual celebration of Memorial Day. Last year we came together in large numbers. This year obviously is quite different because of the pandemic. However, the celebration continues. So blessed Memorial Day to everyone. Let's begin with a little verse from the Gospel of John. This is my commandment, love one another, as I have loved you. There is no greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends, if you do what I command you. I no longer speak of you as slaves, for a slave does not know what his master is about. Instead, I call you friends, since I have made known to you all that I heard from my Father. It was not you who chose me to go forth and bear fruit. Your fruit must endure, so that all you ask, Father, in my name, He will give you. The command I give you is this, that you love one another. In the quiet sanctuaries of our hearts, let us, each of us, name and call the one whose power over us is great and gentle, firm and forgiving, holy and healing. You created us, who sustain us, who call us to live in peace. Hear our prayers this Memorial Day. Hear our prayer for all who have died, whose hearts and hopes are known to you alone. Hear our prayers for those who put the welfare of others ahead of their own and give us hearts as generous as theirs. Hear our prayer for those who gave their lives in the service of others and accept the gift of their sacrifice. Help us to shape and make a world where we will lay down the arms of war and turn our swords into plowshares for a harvest of justice and of peace. Comfort us who grieve the loss of their loved ones. Let your healing be the hope in our hearts. Hear our prayer this day, this memorial, and in your mercy answer us in the name of all that is holy. The peace of God be with us all. Today, we are grateful for the sacrifices of so many of our brothers and sisters who devoted their lives in serving God daily with love for the country. We wish to thank all the veterans, those who have fallen, those still living, and those who are still serving the most beautiful country humanity has ever known. It is with love that we share this unusual Memorial Day. May God bless all. May peace and joy be with us. This Memorial Day, blessings to everyone celebrating such great gift. God bless you all.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are sown. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible smith sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory.
77 years ago,
Our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation,
conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition
that all men are created equal.
Now we are engaged in a great civil war,
testing whether that nation or any nation,
so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure.
We are met on a great battlefield of that war.
We have come to dedicate a portion of that field
as a final resting place for those who here
gave their lives that that nation might live.
It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this.
But in a larger sense,
we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground.
The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it.
Far above our poor power to add or detract.
The world will little note,
nor long remember what we say here.
But it can never forget what they did.
It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here.
To the unfinished work which they who fought here
have thus far so nobly advanced.
It is rather for us to be here dedicated
to the great task remaining before us,
that from these honored dead we take increased devotion.
To that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion.
That we here highly resolve that these dead
shall not have died in vain.
That this nation shall have a new birth of freedom.
And that government of the people, by the people, for the people,
shall not perish from the earth.
He says Marines.
Thank you.
Semper Paratus.
Hey, an Army guy told me there was a Marines wrong.
No, Semper Paratus. Always ready.
Just like every year. Awesome, guys. You got some good directors, I'm telling you.